Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna here. Basically, I discuss one of the topic that is education. So, education basically, I discuss one of the topic that is India account. India account basically, we are discussing one of the topic that is SBI account, SBI account, Amazon account, and the last topic basically which we are discussing is after 2 days basically the earthquake is going to them in India. That is the topic actually which we are discussing. In that basically we are connected to the lava department. Then basically we connected to one requirement basically which is going to be proceed by the satellite group. Basically they are going to track the Sunilar Nair information from entire information of what basically information that basically we have discussed in the previous topic, and that data basically that is the task basically which they are going to do. That is basically one system analysis, and they are going to do. After that basically they are going to pass the data to the earth planet, and each and every recording basically how they have achieved this task, and then basically their earth planet basically is going to do that task, but up to earth planet level only. So here basically the topic again basically connected to that 1 lakh project. 1 lakh project basically here basically I had taken the example of that Sunilar Nair basically generation ended by Indian nationality. So here basically we are told that basically Sunilar Nair basically in really basically my generation has not ended. Here basically I had told that basically from 1 lakh project basically the government is designing one lava project. In that lava project basically they are telling that basically the next generation basically we are discussing. Next generation means what? You can just imagine basically next generation means the child basically currently basically for example few child got birth, so they basically got birth from that lava data. That is the sand basically you will not able to imagine basically that sand basically is producing the birth data basically. What to say basically now? And that is basically collected by the power company, and they told that basically we collected your birth data from that sand, that area basically, that is the lava area. So currently basically earth planet basically is doing that same thing. That is the Mumbai city is doing, and in Mumbai city means by default India is doing. Mumbai city is basically doing that. That is 1 crore child basically they are going to generate from that 1 lakh projects. Then basically they are telling that basically the child basically what the thinking basically they are going to do, that also basically that also basically we are designing. Then basically they are told that basically according to the task basically the ideas are going to connect. For example, I am drinking this task. So this is one matrix basically. I had taken glass bottle, I connected to glass bottle, energy generated. Then basically I opened the bottle, then I drink the water, then I put in basically here the bottle, then basically I started the communicating. So according to this energy basically, task basically, the ideas are going to connect to your body, not brain basically, body basically I'm telling. So one of the person told that, so whatever task basically you are doing the basically that is going to connect to the ideas only. So one of the person told that currently basically how many tasks basically are there in the world basically? Is there any data basically? There is no database, there is no project basically like this basically I'm telling you basically in this world basically. And this is the main thing basically, on the base of this only everything basically is ongoing. Currently basically the war is ongoing. You track basically why how basically the war started. You will reach up to the task basically, certain level of task that particular person has done. On the base of that task basically the war basically started. So here basically not going to war basically, but that is also one of the management plan basically. World War One basically was one of the management plan. World War Two was the one of the management plan. World War Three basically it's almost basically World War basically is ongoing only. Lots of people basically, lots of countries basically are fighting with each other. So that is what basically. That is war only basically. That is war only, no, basically. So few people says that war basically why we started. That is also question basically. War basically why we started. Why we started the war. That topic also basically we are going to discuss. Why basically the war started? One of the person told that, do you have the project management plan of the war basically? That is also very dangerous thing basically. So in which from which lava area the war data basically is coming? That is also basically very dangerous thing basically. So we will go to like this basically. Assume that basically somebody has designed the lava data. They basically created this that basically current generation they generated. Then they basically created 1 lakh cities from certain level of lava data. So everything creation basically happened. Now basically people doing started doing activities this that basically this that company started doing activities. They basically searching job. There's few people basically searching job. Few people basically searching the business. Few people basically are doing the business. Few people basically are doing that each and everything. Each and every god place basically are doing their tasks. So each and everything basically they are doing according to current creation and existing creation basically which was already done by long before basically. That is by the Rajasahi group. That is the Rajasahi family. They also have done the and that idea basically are also connected with this group basically. So suddenly basically war started. So what might be the reason basically? So they have to detail basically create the detail level plan only basically. That is how basically the war started. There might be certain level of task basically somebody might have done. According to that the war started. So if one of the person told that if we have this type of information basically, then it's very easy to track basically why the war started. So that basically connects up to this level. That is this level. From 1 lakh lava, 1 lakh project basically, we connected to lava data. And that lava data is what? The lava data basically is coming from Churchgate to Virar basically. From Churchgate to Virar, the lava data basically is going. So Mumbai land basically is telling that basically we have designed the future. And to design the future basically only political people basically can do the future. And they know that basically but Bollywood people don't know that. But they know that basically something basically is ongoing that basically we are not able to track. That means they are not able to track. That means they are not doing their task. That also basically you can see because display task basically whatever current future that is the responsibility of Bollywood group basically. Earth Planet basically was designed when Bollywood basically came into the picture. They taken the authority from Earth Planet group basically that we are basically into this responsibility. They have actually taken the responsibility. They have taken everything basically. It's not basically automatically came. They have taken it basically the authority because they have done up to that level task. Basically. So here basically they not collected this. So that is basically so one of the person told that whoever basically is going to watch this video first, he is going to do the copyright of this type of project is that is the Bollywood project. That is the next Bollywood project. And next Hollywood also basically you can say. Next Tollywood also basically you can say. Next Malayalam would also basically you can say. So that is basically not our concern. That is the people basically who are into the television industry. That is their concern. So whoever basically watch this video, he is 100% going to copyright this idea. Because each and every idea is basically in this world and basically that is copyright. You will not able to believe this basically. So 1 crore this child basically is going to get the birth na basically that is done copyright with that has basically already copyright. Copyright means nobody can copy this data basically. He will be going to copy, then basically it's going to happen something bad basically. So that basically is according to the level of person basically who actually created this. So one of the person told that he created this investment that is the 1 lakh project investment. From that basically 1 lakh 1 crore child basically got generated this idea got generated next level whatever task basically is going to according to that task basically is going to connect to the certain level of ideas. He is going to generate certain level of human needs. So like this basically is connected. So one of the person told that petrol basically is one property of one person basically. He has invested long before. Then he told that yes basically. So that is a copyright basically. Nobody can copy that basically. Same way this 1 crore child basically which is going to generate and their ideas, their each and everything, basically each and every responsibility is of the responsible person, who is that person basically who invested in this 1 lakh project. And that are basically one or few people, one group only basically, you can say. That are the business development group basically, who is doing the business development in India basically. So you can just able to believe that, basically I can't basically think up to this level. It's very difficult to think also basically. You can think basically that 1 crore child is going to get birth basically. That project basically you are designing. That project you are designing, and the thing basically which you are designing, that is the child basically who are going to do the certain level of task basically. According to that task basically, the ideas are going to connect, and that ideas basically are generated in the environment basically. One of the idea is MBA idea. एक आइडिया जो बदल दे आपकी दुनिया, दैट बेसिकली हु हैज बेसिकली आइडिया बेसिकली वन सेलुलर सिम कार्ड बेसिकली कंपनी हु एक्चुअली टोल्ड दैट दिस एक आइडिया जो बदल दे आपकी दुनिया. सो दिस इज कॉपीराइट बेसिकली, बट आइडिया वर्ड इज बेसिकली नॉट कॉपीराइट ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर पर्सन, दैट इज ऑफ आइडिया कंपनी. आइडिया वर्ड इज बेसिकली गिवन बाय वन ऑफ द ऑक्सफोर्ड ग्रुप बेसिकली, that basically they know that basically who is the copyright of this, but whoever basically has done this, he is basically the genius person basically. So that basically it's a different topic. So here basically what we are discussing, 1 crore child basically is going to take birth from this lava data, which basically the 1 lakh project basically is generating, and their human needs, and then the ideas which they are going to think basically, na, whatever they are going to think, that is basically created from this 1 lakh projects basically, plus the creation basically which is already done. So you can just able to imagine here basically the project basically which you are designing, that is not supposed to conflict to the existing project also, and lots of things. So lots of people says that that is basically, do you think basically that is possible? So few people says that basically who is basically creation, who actually created everything basically, they are only giving the ideas to the investment person. So the investment person basically who is investing the money here basically into this lava, that is the 1 lakh project, he's getting some ideas basically from set of groups basically. So the people who actually created existing projects now basically, and existing creation basically, cities, everything they have created, they are only giving the idea. So nothing conflict is going to happen. Is, do you think basically any conflict basically is going to happen? That is not possible basically. Not a single conflict basically, you can say, is not going to happen. That is not possible na, basically. How it will happen basically? Why? Because the people who actually created everything, they are only giving the data, and they are telling that basically now you create 1 crore child basically. We have already created lots of things basically. You are also basically one of the child basically which we have created. So he was also shocked basically that, yeah, basically I was also created by you. So that was also basically the answer basically from the person who actually done the investment basically. So you can just imagine basically. So he basically again started studying the thing basically, that what actually I had done. So he started collecting each and every projects, this, that, each and everything basically, which is created. Then basically the Microsoft group came into the picture, SAP came into the picture, Salesforce came into the picture, PHP, Python, Python, Fox Pro, D2K, Visual Basic, C++, C, Java. This whole group came into the picture, because these groups are basically designing the base, na, basically. On the base of this all software only, the projects are getting designed. That 1 lakh project basically which is getting designed here basically, we assume that this 1 lakh is the software project. So they are designing the project on the base of this all softwares. That is the Java equal to 1% to the Java is equal to 1,000 cities. So Java software is created from the 1,000 cities. So you can able to believe it basically. So base is this basically. So that's why basically people says that the 1 lakh project basically which is ongoing, the ideas basically are given by the existing creator only. Existing creator only given the idea. So you can just able to imagine it. So one of the person told that it's very difficult basically to create any project basically, and to I will just tell you. One person told that to run one e-clerks company, to run one Accenture, basically how it's difficult facing because they are creating childs. So how difficult the government basically might be facing because they are into this everything basically. Congress, BJP, Basapa, then the Aam Aadmi Party, then the BSP, BHP, BJP, Congress. So these groups are basically handling this everything basically. But I am not getting job basically. That is different topic basically. They are not able to give me job. That is different topic basically. But you can just imagine basically which task they are doing basically. This 1 crore project, 1 crore child is going to generate basically, and their task and their ideas, how they are going to think, each and every the human needs basically, what they are going to have. Everything actually they are designing here basically. You will not able to believe that basically. Government is doing up to what level dangerous task basically. You will not able to believe this basically. One of the person told that yes, here basically, I am basically not able to understand actually what you are telling Sunil basically. But I will watch this video 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 10 times, 20 times, 30 times, 40 times. I will try to understand this basically. But this is basically totally different thing basically, which you are told basically. Then one of the person told that scientists basically can understand this what actually. That is reason they are basically into the designing the brain basically. That is MBA brain basically. And some person told that basically we want one degree basically, which should contain this. So they told that basically we have created this basically. We have designed the boundary. We have created everything basically. We want to give just name basically. So what name basically should basically you give? So they have given the name as MBA, Master in Business Administrative Justice. What is actually MBA? Master in Business Administration. That then also basically I will tell basically. Master of Business Administration basically. So this is the full form of MBA, Master of Business Administration. So you can just able to imagine here basically the Master of Business Administration name they have given, and they have given the each and every task basically. So the MBA group basically they are going to do the certain level of task. According to the task, the ideas are basically already settled in the environment basically. That ideas basically are going to touch to their bodies, and they are going to do certain level of more tasks basically. And then basically again basically few things are going to connect. Here basically I have taken one example that they are, and one of the person basically told that government told that basically, sorry, the businessman told that why the basically potato basically demand basically is too much and supply basically is not so much basically. So the businessman basically have done the query basically. So query was basically just small basically. Why potato basically is not into the market? So government knows that basically why it is that basically. So first they basically started analysis. Not they have basically not directly gone to the high level. They basically started analyzing to lower level. Then basically they reached to the higher level. Lower level was the people basically were doing whatever stuff basically. Then the higher level was they connected to the ISRO group and the NASA group. They told that basically the MBA group basically that are the 2 crore people, they are not doing that task with. Then basically they connected to the companies basically where basically they are working. Then basically they diagnose that basically why basically they don't have any project this that basically. Then they basically connected to some other projects. Then basically the process started, this started, that started. Then basically slowly the demand of, sorry, the supply of potato basically started increasing, and the demand basically was on level basically. Then basically the NASA ISRO group told that basically government, can you please check that basically the supply basically of potato basically is okay. Then they basically asked the government asked the businessman basically. Then businessman told that basically let me check the stock basically, let me check the stock and let me check with our employees basically. They told that basically yes basically now it's okay, we are basically having the supply of potato. So like this, basically the problem solved. So you can just able to imagine basically up to what level the things are connected with. up to what level the things are basically connected. You will not able to believe they're doing. So you just imagine basically up to what dangerous level the governments are doing the task basically. They are not basically not moving in the red batti like that basically. They are basically done. They are doing up to that level task basically. That's why basically they are moving the red batti car basically. That's why basically the Bollywood groups are basically earning 300, 400 crore basically, because they have the information of who is doing what task basically. If the task basically they are not doing, that means they have to be immediately inform to the bank, to the government, and government will give some project to them, and basically they are going to start some project basically. So that basically the information which was given by the Bollywood group basically, and the complaint basically the businessman basically is going to do, that will never apply, that is not going to apply basically here. Why? Because Bollywood groups are tracking each and everything basically, display purpose, that purpose, that purpose, each and every stuff basically they are checking it basically. So just imagine basically 200, 300 crore they are taking it basically, but they are doing their task also. And see the basically demand and supply of potato also. You will be able to, one person told that basically the now basically we have to check each and every thing basically. So you had told this basically, then basically we are going to check each and every vegetable, apple, fruits, this, that, basically oil, petrol, each and every stuff basically we are going to check our stock basically, up to what level basically stock is there. If anything less basically is there, then basically we are going to connect to up to this level. But that will never come basically. Why? Because Bollywood groups are there doing that task basically. Bollywood groups are basically doing tasks basically. I have went to Mumbai basically, but I have not got the job. That is different thing basically. But you just imagine basically, Bollywood groups are doing that task basically. You will not able to believe it basically. I have not got the job. That is different thing basically. So just imagine basically up to what level tasks the government are doing. Yeah, basically. At least basically government के ऊपर थोड़ा दया आना चाहिए. So you can just imagine basically, government basically are doing up to what level. I have not got the job. BJP, Congress basically have not helped me. That is basically different topic. But really, basically, government are doing the very tough level. They are actually creating the 1 lakh, 1 crore child here. They have done this basically. So you can just able to imagine basically government basically are not sitting idly basically. They they basically are staying in 100, 200 crore house basically. So they are doing up to that level task basically. That's why basically they have got 100 crore, 200 crore house basically. In Delhi basically see the house cost basically. Finance minister, this minister, those minister, basically they are staying in 200, 300 crore house basically. They have basically got the house basically like they don't live basically. So they are doing up to that level tax. That basically different thing basically. I have not got the job. That is different thing basically. So I am not going into that basically. But see the government basically up to what level they are doing the task here. And the Bollywood group see, companies basically see up to what level task basically they have done. Because this from this project basically, that is the 1 lakh project, 1 crore child is going to generate. You will not able to believe that basically. 1 crore child means you can understand basically what actually I am telling. 1 crore child, their task basically what they are going to do, then basically what are the ideas going to connect. So they are designing the future basically. The future basically you can, the child basically what they are going to do the task basically. That basically anybody can design basically. You just imagine the basically within the sand basically, and the sand basically is going to collect from the power company, nuclear power company. So see basically what task basically power company, nuclear power company groups are doing here basically. See their task, they have everything basically is done basically. The world is already created. That's why basically I'm telling. So see the imagine basically up to what level the task they are doing. Government is doing, the nuclear power companies groups are doing, up to what level. If they are basically going in the red batti car, that's basically not a big issue. They are supposed to basically, right? Because see the task basically. See the task basically they are doing, and see the businessman task basically. They are moving in helicopter, they are moving in plane, they basically have some special security, this security, those security. They are basically staying in 100 200 1,000 crore house basically. So like this basically they are not basically staying there basically. They are creating 1 crore child basically. So to create 1 crore child basically and their human needs and their idea, it's not so easy task basically. Yeah. So you can just able to imagine this, what task basically they have done. So one person told that this is one project basically, which I think basically who can do that basically we do. And this basically, if any Bollywood group will they watch this video, then they will immediately basically do the copyright of this task basically, which I had told basically. And that is connecting up to the water level. That example basically I have already taken. So just imagine basically up to what dangerous level the stuff basically has reached. So it's not so easy to create the world. That is also one thing. To create one company basically, companies are basically creating the child. 1 crore child basically they are creating. So you can just imagine to create city basically how they might be doing, what their task basically they might be doing. One company basically is creating 1 crore child and their human needs and their ideas. So imagine basically the city creator there, the group basically, up to what level they might be doing. And the most dangerous thing is after creation the city, the Bollywood groups are basically collecting each and every information. The MBA basically, MBA is generating the potato that these Bollywood groups knows that basically. Why? Because when the potato is basically came into the market, what this potato is going to produce from the human bodies, that they have designed in the form of movies basically. You will not able to believe that basically. Potato movies there basically. This potato, if you are going to eat potato, these all are the things basically which is going to happen. For that basically they have designed the movie. For that basically I think the data science project also might be there with the software company. For potato basically these all are the movies created. When one person basically asks the potato after eating potato basically why he is behaving like this here basically, then basically slowly basically the potato basically spread it into the city basically, then all basically was behaving like this. So they basically collected the information of Bollywood group basically. Bollywood. Then the Bollywood people told the yes basically tell we are Bollywood basically. So Bollywood group basically asked Bollywood basically got one question basically. What basically this potato is producing basically? Can you please tell that? Then they basically started watching the video movies basically. That potato equal to how many movies are created, how many serials are created. Because potato basically when it come gets into the body, it do the processing. That processing is connecting to the serial. So serials basically are there, serials plus movie. Then they are going to merge everything basically. Then they are going to write some another movie. So one of the person told that the world basically which is ongoing and the movies basically which is created, it's connected like this. That is movie already created for potato. Serials basically are ongoing. Serials plus movies. Again one movie game. Movies plus serials. Again one movie game. Like this basically is this going basically ongoing for each and every human needs. Because Bollywood basically have lots of tasks basically you will not able to believe. Because they have how many human needs basically are there? You just imagine basically more than 1 crore. So see the work basically they have up to level work that group basically is having. That's why basically they are earning 200, 300 crore. I went to Mumbai, I have not got the job. That is different thing basically. But see the task basically they are doing. See the task basically they are doing basically. Potato equal to this movie created, what potato is going to produce. For that basically they have created a movie. then basically the serials are connected, then basically the serials basically keeps on processing according to the potatoes basically which are basically consumed by the human need. For example, 100 crore people basically are eating potato. So what is basically it's generating in the environment, then basically what the human bodies basically are producing, each and every stuff basically are connected with the serials basically, because you can't create the movie basically. But if the movie writer basically are up to the level basically, he will write basically up to that level that this is only basically going to produce. But that type of movie writer basically is not there in the market. That's why serial also basically is getting created. Serial plus movie converts into the another movie. But there is no movie created in this world basically by the Bollywood which say that basically this is the only things basically going to produce in current generation. This is the only things going to produce. There is no movie basically created. So this is also one of the new project basically for Bollywood. Is there any movie writer or basically movie creator basically who can create this type of one movie? There is no movie creator basically. I'm telling you. So you can just imagine basically everything is basically done. So you just imagine basically the task basically movie people basically have. Movie groups basically have lots of tasks. It's not so easy to create the world, it's not so easy to create the city, it's not easy to create the companies, it's not easy to handle the companies, it's not easy to handle the reservation, it's not easy to handle the human resource department, it's not easy to create the companies basically, to not to give job basically, that is also very dangerous task basically. I have not got job in Mumbai, so that is basically very dangerous task basically which has happened. In Bangalore city I have went, I have not got job. That is also different thing basically. So you can just able to imagine basically everything is done. One of the satellite person told that we are accepting your challenge. We will give the entire list basically up to what level your data are connected. So that is also some different topic. And that task basically are going to given back to the Earth planet. So that is also different new projects. From this project only basically, from this video only basically we created lots of projects. Each video basically you watch basically, if you basically will not see any of the new project, any of the new projects, that means the project is does not exist, project does not exist. That is basically good or bad basically, that you only decide, you only decide basically. So that is basically different topic. Here basically we are not going to the fight white basically. Here the topic is 1 lakh project which is already designed, and they have designed the 1 crore child basically, and their human needs and their ideas. So just imagine basically if you are creating anything basically up to what level things are basically connected. So just imagine basically up to what level things are connected. So the topic is what? 1 lakh project basically ongoing. They have done that. They are going to create 1 crore child. Types of child are also there. Then the second point is the ideas basically which the child are going to get. Child are going to get ideas according to the task basically they are going to do. What human needs basically they have prepared for their child. So you can just imagine basically. So one of the person told that if this basically has created in the form of movie, then how easy would be the life basically? How easy would be the life? But that basically Bollywood group has not done. That is also different thing. So here basically we are not fighting with the Bollywood. Here basically we are not fighting with the companies. We are not fighting with the governments. We are basically we are not fighting with the HR department. We are not basically fighting with the technical teams. Here we are not fighting with the reservation group. Here basically we are not fighting basically. We are just telling it basically that this is the stuff. Reality is this. Reality is I am not getting the job. That is reality basically. And I accept it basically that I am not getting the job. So one of the person told that the potato is the best example basically for everyone basically. Up to what level they have done the task. In this video only basically the potato example I have given. Up to what level the task basically each and every people basically they have done. That is the best example basically. That is the best example. So each and every people basically have lots of tasks, but I don't have the task. I am not able to earn the money basically. If you don't have any job basically, then basically who is going to give you the money? Nobody is going to give you the money. So that is also different topic basically. So one of the person told that see the level of depthness basically in this video basically. See the task of government basically. Up to what level the government are doing the hard work. See the hard work of company owners. Up to what level the hard work they are doing. They are not giving job basically. That is different thing basically. Government is not helping in the job, giving basically to Sunila. That is different thing basically. But the hard work you see basically. Up to what level hard work basically they have done. So you can just able to imagine. So one of the person told that lots of hard work basically the government has done. So it's not like that basically कांग्रेस ने तो कुछ नहीं किया बीजेपी ने तो कुछ नहीं किया that is basically not the thing basically everybody has done lots of hard work basically but that is a political industry basically we can't interfere in that basically because each political people basically are doing their task basically. And they have not given me job that is different thing basically I went to Mumbai that time basically BJP was ruling I have not got the job in Bangalore basically I will say that time also BJP was ruling I have not got the job. Sorry, there was I think Congress or basically I don't know, but central basically was Congress basically that I remember. Basically. Central basically was of Congress. So BJP and Congress basically has not given me job. So that is different thing basically. We are not discussing that basically why they are not given the job. We are basically not fighting here basically with the governments, with the companies, with the technical teams, with the company owners, with the employees. We are not fighting here. Basically. We are not fighting with the Sansad Bhavan. We are not fighting with the Parliament House. We are not fighting with the groups basically who are giving the money to the people. We are not fighting with them basically. Here we are just discussing basically that how the hard work basically has done by the set of groups basically. So it's a very dangerous stuff basically which is already done. So next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about this topic that is 1 lakh project which is already created. 1 crore child basically is going to happen or basically already happened already generated or basically whatever word basically you can say basically birth basically is the best word basically. Well, birth is a basically word given by set of groups. Then basically the ideas basically which child is going to generate, the task basically which is going to do according to the idea is going to generate. Then basically the human needs and each and every stuff basically of the child. So in next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about the detailed part of this topic.